I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Have you guys ever seen or at least heard of the movie Night at the Roxbury?
I thought you were going to say Night at the Museum. I was going to say, yes, I heard of Night at the Museum.
Well, this was
Night at the Roxbury.
And I'm all for like MacGruber. That's stupid, and I enjoy
Well,
that.
this is coming from the guy who doesn't like to be entertained by college basketball. So, like, it's
Honestly,
entertaining.
no.
It's the college basketball movie.
You just proved my point.
It's wild. They're the Badgers.
JJ and Punnet's chiming in, dying on the hill of Night at the Roxbury is Matt's worst take
Broadcasting
ever.
live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. I am wearing a Badgers polo. Matt trying to make up for yesterday where he did not bring it as a Badger fan. And today you can see his oversized Badger hat and his Ben Brust jersey ready to go.
Overcompensating.
Is it?
A little bit.
I was trying to just make up for missing yesterday.
Exactly.
So
Overcompensating. I was making up.
He was
Right.
compensating.
I was compensating for what I didn't do yesterday.
Cringe. Well, the Badgers won yesterday, and they won even bigger today, 86-70 over UCLA. I'll be honest, I don't think the game was as close as the score indicated there. And that was a 16-point victory for the Badgers. They set a record 19 3-point shots made against UCLA. That's tying Iowa for the record in the Big Ten tournament. Okay! They were on fire. Last I checked, I don't know if Tanjay missed something late, but John Tanjay either missed one shot or no shots the entire game.
At one point, he was 9 of 9 from the field, 6 of 6 from 3.
Yeah, and that was pretty late in the game. I don't have the final box score in front of me, so maybe there was something late that he missed, but he basically all the Badger players were, I guess he was 9 of 10 from the field there, it shows, but all the Badger players were, that meme of someone just walking and on fire, that was the Badgers today as they handled their business against UCLA. They got Michigan State up next.
Jim, you've probably watched Michigan State the most. Ryan, you too, probably. But what are you thinking going into that one? I mean, they look good in this game, but do you think that they can maintain that and bring that to the next game?
I mean, they can. I still have them losing to Michigan State. I think Michigan State is. I mean, they're 27-5. I think Michigan State is the only elite team in the Big Ten. I have the Badgers with UCLA, Maryland, Purdue, Illinois, like a handful of teams that they could get to the Big Ten championship game and win it. But there's only one team I think is better than everyone else, and I think that's Michigan State. And I think, like, you can almost tier it. Michigan State, then there's a tier: Badgers, Purdue, Illinois, Oregon, a couple other in there. Michigan. That, like, they're good. Mm-hmm. They could win. They could lose. They're good tournament-worthy teams. And then there's teams below that aren't any good at all, like Penn State and Minnesota, stuff like that. So the Badgers it's not quite mid-tier. I think there's just a lot of, like, good teams that can get hot, like Wisconsin. And I think just one elite team, that's Michigan State. And they beat the snot out of Oregon today. They beat them by 10. And the Ducks had won 8 in a row, I believe, going into that game. And Michigan State, it was closer. I mean, they're up 10 at the half, and then they just played equal the rest of the way. So Michigan State, but it didn't really seem a concerning game for much of that second half there for Michigan State. So they're a hell of a team. It's not a knock on the Badgers. I just think Michigan State arguably might be the top team in the country. You can make a case for it. I don't think top 3, top 4.
They're currently slated to be one of the middle 2 seeds. So if they were to win the Big Ten, they could push for a number 1 seed, but I think the number 1 seeds are kind of locked up, I think, with Houston, Auburn, and then I can't remember who the last 2 are, but from what I looked, Bama's not a 2 seed, or not a 1 seed, excuse me.
They're not up there anymore?
No, they're a top 3 seed for sure. They're probably a 2 seed. The latest bracketology I saw had the Badgers in the same region as Alabama, with Alabama as a 2 seed, and then I believe the Badgers as a 3 seed. Most that I've seen has Michigan State as a 2 seed. Jim, do you think that if the Badgers were to finish out and win the Big Ten tournament and take down Michigan State on the way, or maybe even just beat Michigan State in the next round, an automatic 3 seed? Like,
Yeah,
lock?
I think that gets them into the 3 seed. I guess I can't say lock because I just don't know the teams in front of them and what they're
Stuff
doing.
has to play out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if those teams also do what they're supposed to do, the Badgers, maybe they go, because correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lenardi had them as the bottom 4 seed.
I think they were the top 4 seed, actually.
Oh, okay. So, all right. I've heard both. Everyone
Last
tells me
I saw,
different
they were
stuff.
14. So
Okay.
they'd be the second 4 seed.
Okay, so they have to jump another 4 seed, and another 3 seeds would have to slide down, and I don't know what everyone else is doing. But I would say they definitely put themselves in position for it. I think if they lose to Michigan State, they're maybe the number 1 4 seed, unless the 3 seeds in front of them fall apart.
Curious where the health is of the guys that were injured, Winters and Klesmet.
Winter?
And Winter? I said Winters, didn't I?
You went
Yes,
very
you did.
Wisconsin there.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. It's been a long Winters.
Winter seemed like he played a decent amount. I don't know how many minutes he actually ended up having.
Yesterday he had 18 points. I mean, he wasn't one of the guys who were just splashing threes today. I mean,
No.
that was everyone else on the team. He didn't do quite as much of that. But when John Tonje and John Blackwell are playing like this, it might not necessarily matter how healthy some Klesmet and Winter are.
Yeah, they came out and they were on fire, both of them, Blackwell and Tanjay. And UCLA, like anytime, just like when we talked about when the Badgers shot poorly against Michigan State, the team you're playing against is a part of that. And so UCLA, their trapping defense did not fluster the Badgers and allow the Badgers to get a lot of open shots early, then find their rhythm and just knock them down over and over again. Michigan State plays, and I know the Badgers play different than they have in years past, but they still seem to play that Badger style of basketball, at least on defense, that the Badgers have used to want to be better than the Badgers have. And that's been a story for most times with Izzo. Michigan State's always been the better version of the Badgers. Obviously, Wisconsin plays a little different now. They shoot a lot of threes, but Michigan State's a great defensive team with a lot of athletes. So, again, I don't, and then also Michigan State, they played one less game. Wisconsin now their 3rd game in 3 days. Michigan State, they got the double bye. So I would put Wisconsin as a dog in that, but I wouldn't be shocked if they win. I'm not going to say they have no chance to win.
They're going to need that 3-pointer to be hot again. I mean, I don't follow a ton of basketball stats, especially at the college level. But if you're shooting 60% beyond 3, so including your 60%, field goal percentage was only 52. So I don't know how common that is. Their shooting percentage just from behind the arc was better than behind the arc and inside.
For the Badgers, that's their MO this year, though.
Right, I know.
They
but
are a better 3-point shooting team than they are a 2-point
everywhere
shooting team.
else.
Yeah, they make more threes, I believe, than they make twos. Like
I know they take more than they ever have.
I think they make more too.
47.4% of their shots come from behind the 3-point arc.
Yeah,
And
so-
they're definitely better at probably their efficiency at 3-point shooting is better than their efficiency even at looks at
Just
the rim.
everywhere else.
Yeah.
That's pretty a weird stat to see and think that's been on par for the Badgers this year.
It's weird for
I don't
the
think
Badgers.
60% from 3 has been average for the Badgers.
That's not
this year,
sustainable.
No.
That's not sustainable, no.
But the way the Badgers play, they do take a lot of outside shots because they don't have a ton of athletes who can get to the rim and score at the rim. So then,
Have you
shooting
watched
the
Carter
3-point
Gilmore, sir?
So I will
if
say
you,
though,
so you take more threes because it's an efficient shot, and then you obviously you kind of negate your weakness.
So does that make you nervous if your team lives and dies by the 3-pointer?
Yeah.
it should. It should.
That's how they
incredible.
lose to Penn State because the other part, you shoot the 3. If you miss the 3, you're not in good position to get back on defense. Their defense has suffered from what it used to be, and they are not a good offensive rebounding team. And so those are the green flag is they shoot a lot of threes, and like today when they make them, they're doing great. But the Badgers are going to be they're very much live or die by the 3 team because
They're incredibly volatile, which in March could be a team that gets bounced early or could make a deep run. So there's a wide range of outcomes, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, because they're so bad at offensive rebounding, that's the trade-off of they don't necessarily have the cover if they start missing their threes.
Right. Well, what should concern you is those 2 guys we did talk about having some injury issues.
Klesmet and Winter.
Combined for 5 points.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised. I'm looking at their minutes. Like Klesmet actually played 20 minutes.
How many
I feel
attempts
like I
did he
didn't
have?
I do not know. I just have the short little box score pulled up.
Klesmet he went 1 for 7.
He was pulled pretty quick, and I'm not saying that like in a bad way. I just remember I was listening on the way in, and he was pulled at the first whistle. Janecki came in for him quickly.
They're sparing them for sure in this game.
Yes, that's not on a play thing, and again, you're going to have to kind of account for that. But Kamari McGee stepped up today.
Yep.
He didn't miss a three. Tim in Oregon says he's still got the Dukesters to win the whole thing, and Tanjay was sick today. Or, like, in a way, obviously, the way he knocked down threes.
So sick.
Yes.
He had the flu. It was his flu game.
And then, obviously, he also added, if they shoot like today, maybe they can beat Michigan State. That's the trade-off, though. The Badgers.
Big if.
I think they shot like 19% against Michigan State from three.
That was when they were horrific from behind the line. For like a 6-game stretch, they were shooting like less than 30%, it felt like.
I would imagine, though,
Was
Michigan
it
State
most of
also
the second
is a part
half,
of it.
too? Because the game was close going at halftime.
I believe they hit 1 3-pointer by halftime. And they made like 4 in the second half.
But it was a respectable game at halftime, wasn't it?
It was a respectable game,
Yeah.
but it was more because, Michigan State wasn't on it entirely in the first half.
Okay.
They weren't
Michigan
on their
State,
game.
Richardson and Carr both were in foul trouble, so they didn't play much in the first half either. And those are two of their best players.
Fair.
And
Okay.
speaking of Tim in Oregon, the Dukesters will officially be without Cooper Flagg tonight, too.
Woof.
Yeah,
He's
which
been ruled out.
I would say.
Speaking
I'm not,
about health versus winning a tournament.
yeah, if I'm Duke, I'm not playing him, and if I'm Cooper Flagg, I'm not playing until I feel like probably tournament time, maybe even
that.
Sweet 16. There's no reason for him to risk anything. He's going to be the first overall pick, and you don't want to, fail for Flagg? I don't know what the
Fluke for Flagg. I've heard some of those.
yeah, so I don't know what it was this year, but yeah, Cooper Flagg, no reason for him to put anything at risk. Now for the Badgers, it's a little different story, but
You're going to be selling cars in 8 months. Put it on the line.
exactly.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
All right, well, since
Carter
they,
Gilmore's
Pull
going
your
to be
heart out,
selling.
you're
You're going to be a real estate agent soon. Like, get into
Hey,
it.
Carter Gilmore's going to be selling SUVs, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
so
Okay. Sorry, Ryan.
maybe he'll sell trucks at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb, and what even a better buying experience if you're buying one from Carter Gilmore out there. But whether you're
That hair.
in a market for a new Silverado or Colorado, a new to you vehicle, check out my good friends at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. Say hi to Tyler and the whole crew out there at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb, only minutes away from a better buying experience. But with the Badger basketball, this is our last show before we know what happens in the Big Ten, rest of the Big Ten tournament.
Yep.
So I think we should just throw out our first poll question. Will the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament? Yes or no? 844-770-3776. Will the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament? If they beat Michigan State, then they would face, Illinois or Maryland?
Yep.
Likely Maryland, I would guess. Maryland's been pretty hot recently.
So Illinois has caught a little bit of fire, but
They have.
yeah. They're a hard team to read because Illinois looked horrendous when the Badgers played them.
It's because the whole team had mono, remember?
That's-
half the team was sick.
That is a good point. That was a very good point there. So something else to account for there with the Wisconsin Badgers. So 844-770-3776, Carlos Talking text line. This is more our Siding Unlimited poll question. Will the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament?
Actually, it's if they win, they would play Illinois, Maryland, Purdue, or Michigan. Because then those two, Illinois, Maryland, are right here. Purdue, Michigan. Sorry, we're okay.
Yeah,
This is what you got to watch
Just-
on the YouTube
They're all
stream.
in the same bracket.
Yes,
You got
but
it,
then-
yes.
Do it again, Molly. You're on full screen now.
Okay, Illinois, Maryland down here,
Yeah.
and then Purdue, Michigan down here, and then they would have to play each other, whoever wins those games, and then Wisconsin would play the winner of those.
Take that for data.
So I just want to say that there's
So you're
four
saying
teams
it
that
could
they
be
could potentially
Purdue
play.
and Michigan as well.
Yes,
in
it could be
addition to
one of those
Maryland
teams
and-
as well. Yes, I'm just
Illinois.
Yes.
Ryan.
Okay.
stating
Ryan-
facts,
well,
just making
yeah,
sure that we're
Ryan was-
factually correct.
He just doesn't think Purdue or Michigan have a chance. That's basically what Ryan's saying.
Michigan's been pretty bad recently.
We'll talk about it in Molly's game later.
Yeah, Michigan, unfortunately for me, has been
I'm a bottomless pit.
sliding a little bit. So hopefully, I like Dusty May. I like Michigan. I hope that they have a chance to face the Badgers in the Big Ten championship game. But that's our question. 844-770-3776. Carlos Talking text line. This is more. Will the Wisconsin Badgers win the Big Ten tournament title? This is Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Champions aren't made overnight, and neither was Pizza Hut's Stuffed Crust Pizza. They're the OG, the GOAT, the one and only. Others may try to copy, but they're not like Pizza Hut. For a limited time, score big with a large 3-topping stuffed crust pizza for just $11.99. It's perfect for watching big games on the go. Hurry, you won't want to miss this championship deal before it's gone. Head to one of their locations or order online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Professional volleyball is in full swing from here in Madison. Don't miss a second of the action. Cheer on Love Madison Volleyball as they make history with some of the best players in the world. Olympic medalists, NCAA All-Americans, and one of the most talented rookie classes ever. This is volleyball at its highest level. Experience the excitement yourself. Get your tickets today at lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
There's a winter weather advisory this Thursday on the Jump Around.
People had picked us to finish in the bottom of the Big Ten, and we knew that. Coach had came up with the saying, chatter don't matter.
See Wisconsin Badgers center Nolan Winter on the Jump Around every week for the rest of this basketball season.
We got that same mindset going into this tournament. You know, it's a new season. We're going to go back to just having fun and being the team we know we can be.
The Jump Around, brought to you by Steinhoffels. Streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Get ready for the big reveal. The Bruce Company's Outdoor Furniture Extravaganza is your first look at the latest trends in outdoor living. This Saturday, March 15th, the showroom has been updated with stunning new styles, vibrant colors, amazing finishes, and top-quality craftsmanship, all on display. Enjoy refreshments and discounts on select special orders and meet the experts from vendors on site. Saturday, March 15th from 11 till 2 at the Bruce Company in Middleton.
Join the Madison Area Sports Commission live and in person for a Good Morning Sports event featuring Love Madison Volleyball. On March 31st, meet an all-star lineup of Love Madison athletes and hear about the first season of pro volleyball in Madison. Registration donations benefit the MASC Youth Grant to get kids into sports. Register online at visitmadison.com/GMS. This event is sponsored by American Family Insurance and Oak Bank, supported by ESPN Madison, and produced by the Madison Area Sports Commission.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Kyle with the block, but Amos got the rebound. Blackwell goes down!
That's a heck three is off an offensive rebound. That's tremendous effort by Xavier Amos.
Ideas that would take me all around the world. I stood and watched the smoke behind a mountain girl. It took me a long time to get back on the
train. Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I am Jim Rutledge. I do have the power alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us in the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Matt's got his big concussion hat on. And
your guardian cap?
That's my guardian.
Yeah, he's got his guardian cap on. Primetime Lorsheim. All of us wearing a Badger stuff. Not Molly, not today.
You know, I really don't have that much Badger
Were you not
stuff.
a fan?
No, I wore it yesterday. I wore my sweatshirt yesterday, and then I'm like, I don't really have that much Badger stuff. It's more like wintry stuff, and it's 80 degrees outside. So I had to be a little summery.
Okay. Well,
It is
you
nice.
achieved it.
I took the dog for a nice long walk today. I am slightly concerned I might have some sunburn. I don't know. We'll see. Just like when you're walking and like a feeling the sun on your skin, and you have.
Yeah.
And now again, I did at least have the opportunity to be down in Florida like a month and a half ago. So at least
You got a base layer?
Well, my
Base
skin
tan.
saw sun, but I was lathered up in sunscreen down there. You know, poor kids. Like I don't think they came back with any color because my wife smartly was like, "We're gonna cover you in sunscreen so you don't burn." And I don't know if their skin pigment changed at all because they had so much sunscreen on the entire time down there. But that's a smart way to do it. You don't actually want to burn, especially when you're down in Florida in the middle of January. You're going to scorch your skin, especially children. But
Does your wife get after you to wear sunscreen, or are you kind of on your own because you're an adult?
I'm on my own, but she will, remind me that, I look old or that it's definitely not good. Like if I'm, she's my wife. She loves me. So like if we go play golf, like Matt and I go play golf, it's like a super hot day. She's like, hydrate, like just more of like a
Bring your sunscreen.
yeah, make
sure.
sure you put some sunscreen on or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Nothing like it's not like a child sort of thing. It's just one of those where it's like just like when I drove to Milwaukee and it was a nasty snowstorm. It's like, well, you drive safe, take a little extra time, that kind of stuff. So it's more of like if the weather conditions are strong, I do get the gentle reminder to like don't burn yourself out there.
See, I always think that's a funny one. The whole like comment, like my wife says it to me all the time, drive safe. It's like, I was planning on driving recklessly, but since you said that, thank you for that.
I only get a little bit
like the sunscreen makes sense because it's something I have to do or I should do, but you have like the choice. Not driving safe, then you're gone. Like you're supposed to drive safe. That's just the only way you should drive. So that's why when she's like drive safe, I just want to be like, duh.
I only get ornery on
I
that.
love you so much, but duh.
I say that to my husband, and I say it to our teenager too. Every
Okay,
time.
the teenager makes sense.
You need to
I'll
remind
give you
them.
that one.
They're-
But like, I'm
they're
an adult
idiots.
now. I've been driving since I was 16. I'm now 36 years old. It's been 20 years of my life.
Yeah. I know it's funny because like my husband drives like a grandpa, but yet I still say drive safe.
I hope this is the first show he's listened to and he's hearing what I'm saying, and the next time you say that, he just goes to you and goes, duh.
Cross-eyed and everything.
I love you, but duh.
I don't think it ornery if it's like normal like conditions.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
no,
if she said it-
literally every time I get in the car, I'll get a drive safe.
I'm bad at this, and I always because my wife would be like, well, if I like that day I drove to Milwaukee, she's like, well, text me when you get there, and then it sets me up for failure because now it's a 2.5 hour or 2 hour drive, but with the weather, like it was like a 2 hour drive with the weather that day, and I got to Milwaukee and people like me, so then all of a sudden I'm getting in, and I didn't text right away when I parked, so then I get into the office and I'm saying hello to a million different people, and then I finally look at my phone. I never have like my sound on for notifications. And I was like, oh shoot. I'm like,
And she's
I'm alive.
panicking.
It says,
Yeah.
are
She's not
you
panicking.
okay?
Yeah, but
have you made it?
Yeah.
Text me.
Guys,
Yes.
this is why you get Life 360. I'm not doing an endorsement for them. I'm just telling you Life 360 is the
You don't need that. You just Apple.
But it literally
Find My
tells you,
Phone.
like so-and-so completed, Jim completed a 93-mile drive.
Okay, but isn't that what Find My iPhone is?
I don't know. I
There's
don't use
also-
Find My
you can
iPhone
also
because
share
it's
your
so bad
location
compared
on
to
that.
Life 360. Life
Really?
360 is so much better.
You have to pay for that?
No, it's free.
Oh, okay. I
Free?
don't know. I know my in-laws use the 360 thing for they have an 18-year-old, and so they and she gets in trouble when she turns it off.
Oh.
Apparently, you can turn it off.
Yeah, I have not seen our teenager turn it off yet, but he has gotten busted for speeding with us. That it says top speed 45 miles an hour, and we're like, there's nowhere in town that's 45 miles an hour. It's the top you can go is like 30. So he's gotten in trouble for that for sure.
Maybe it glitched.
Do you guys have the thing is like my wife has like the Find Phone, but she's not like someone who's like technologically literate or savvy. So like even I've tried to show her like, hey, here's how you do Find My Phone, and
There's a share location, like, and you can just have it like
But
for
that's
an
still
hour, a week, or indefinitely.
Yeah.
But that reminds me that I have to like don't have to like she can see where I am all the time, but she still has to like look for it.
Yeah, she still has to look.
That's what I'm saying. Like
but
she can find like if she did, would see I'm here at the Everlight Solar Studio, but she doesn't really know how to
good.
do
He
that.
drove safe. I didn't have to say anything.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't even text my husband. Like when I'm like I don't mean it like that, but I don't even text him and say, "Oh, did you make it?" Because it just tells me he completed a drive. Here was his speed. Blah blah blah, and then I look at where he is to make sure he's where he says he is.
Yeah, sneaky. I like that, Molly. It's for
844
your safety that I'm tracking you.
844-770-3776. Carlos talking text line. List is more. We do have a sports related question out there. But we also can chime in if you use the AirTag or I have it. I'll get back to it in a second here. So our side unlimited poll question is: do you think the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament? Right now, 57% of you say not this year. But with I've said this before. Like I use the AirTag then I have one on the dog. She hasn't. We got a new fence put up, and so the fence latches better. But there was once or twice the fence would blow open and she got out. And so if she ever did get out, or we camp and stuff, if she ever did get away, knock on wood, she hasn't. You can see exactly where she is. It's in her collar, and so we bought a specific a little thing you can put on her dog collar that, and then it covers it and snaps in there, so it's nice and protected in there. Both kids have it. It's in their backpacks. It's a little bit it hurts the feelings a little bit, especially with the youngest when you left Nola behind. As I go home, after I drop her off, I drive away, and it just pops up on my Silverado from Simmons Chevy in Mount Harbor. It just says Nola left behind. As I take her to school and I leave her. Same with Rosie. Okay. But then they'll wear it if they go to the the campground sites and they're running around doing their whole thing, and that way they're hooked and snapped and we know where they're at and everything.
JJ Poinette says, drive safe falls into the same category as how are you doing and other pleasantries that are essentially meaningless but still mean that you care. That's the best way to put it.
Thank you.
This way. Fully agree.
Yeah. I should tell my wife. It's babe, I know you care. You don't need to perpetuate the drive safe part.
It's a habit.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Thank you. My wife won't listen to this anyway, so we're fine. I appreciate you covering me, though.
We have such supportive spouses, all of us.
We do, yes.
Brian especially.
Honestly, it supports me more knowing she's not listening. So I can just have at it.
Yeah, I would be stressed out if she listened.
Yeah, I go all into the show now. Just commit to the bit. And she's like, I don't want her to I don't want to go home and have her hear I can't believe you said that.
I'm a totally pit.
And it would be something super mundane, something that I would say, today. I bet if she knew that I said, I wanted to say duh every time she says drive safe, she'd be like, I can't believe you told everybody that.
Could you imagine if I had to Could you imagine if I had to pretend to be somebody different than I am? I would have to be oh, I love my husband all the time. That would be awful. That would be horrible.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
God, I wouldn't be able to talk poorly about it.
The trade-off is, though, my 11-year-old, who's going to turn 12 here in a little month and a half, she definitely does not like if I reference her or talk about things. Matt, you saw when we were at Liberty Station, I posted the video on Facebook. It was my youngest, Nola. She spoke at school and in front of the whole in front of a whole big group. I was proud of her for it. And the weekend before, Rosie had done a theater camp sort of thing.
Okay.
And so she was dancing on stage, and so I took a video of that. So then I just posted some point, and the two of them together, proud of my brave girls doing this. And my wife texted me a video of Rosie basically screaming at the phone, telling take it down,
oh my gosh,
screaming for me to take it off my Facebook and everything like that. Matt saw a little bit of it. She was so mad because my wife was taking the brunt of it. And then I was like, Rosie, I'm not friends with any of your friends or their parents. So nobody in your world outside of grandma and your grandparents and a few other people know you in this.
Right.
It's not going to come around to people. But it was. So
did you have to take it down?
No.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't happening. I would and it really was off of an intent. I was like, Rosie, if I was doing this in a way that I posted in a way that was trying to make you look bad or anything like that, then I would have. If I was trying to mess with you. But this is posted earnestly. It's you and your sister. You're both on it. I'm
a proud dad.
Yeah.
Totally.
This
Don't
one you're
take
just gonna
this
have
from
to.
me.
Yeah. This one you're just gonna have to eat.
For sure.
Yeah. But I mean, if I felt like I had,
you should have just been like, "Hey, get used to it. I'm going to be doing a lot of embarrassing things that come from the heart over the next like decade and a half of your life, where it's going to be super impactful. Like you'll get a little older and you'll get it, but like she's hitting those like she's going to be in the teens, man. You're going to be the most embarrassing dad on the planet."
Yeah. Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Utterly preposterous.
The thing is, at some point, you end up just like I don't know. For me, I feel bad. So now, like I'm like Rosie, give me a hug before we go to school if I'm driving you, so you don't. That way, you can just hop out and barely acknowledge that I exist, like I'm like a ride share. So,
You're just gonna be an Uber driver.
Yeah,
That's it.
basically. But at least now it's like, all right, give me a hug before we go and tell me you love me, and then we get to school. But I have to like turn the music all the way down. Like if I'm listening to like a podcast, like there cannot be a peep coming out.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I used to mess with her in elementary school, but now she's in the intermediate school, and it's like, all right, it's a hard time, and so I don't want to mess with her too much. But yeah, I also got the clothing. I can't believe I got looped in on this morning. So
oh boy,
Rosie wore a shirt that like showed her belly button a little bit, and then she had sweatpants on, but she had shorts underneath, and it was like her dance shorts or whatever. Like they're a little fluff like around it, so it's kind of like a cheerleader type skirt.
Fluff.
I don't
Men.
know. I don't know how to describe it. But
Yeah.
like, anyways, my wife's like, Rosie, show your dad your shorts, and I'm like. And then same with the shirt. I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, clearly I think that she shouldn't wear this, but like, I don't think I'm the one that should be judging this. Like, I was never an 11-year-old
Judgmental Jim.
girl. I don't know what's okay to wear. Like, Tanya's in the schools. Like, she sees what the kids wear. Like, I don't have any of this at all. Like, I would definitely tell her to, but I also don't want to be the jerk dad that's like, it wasn't like inappropriate, but it was just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I want to kill every boy at school. So yeah, obviously. I'm not thrilled with this, with this outfit, but she ended up changing her shirt on her own, so it worked out.
Okay.
So it's like one of the two need to be less revealing, the shorts or the shirt.
And that was your wife this morning?
That was my wife, but that's my wife was trying to loop me into this. I'm like,
don't loop me into that.
Yeah, I was like, because you get mad at me if I ever do say anything without being asked. So then now I'm being asked now, like. No, just keep me out of it.
So funny the different things that you worry about with like boys versus girls, because obviously like our older ones are only boys right now, so the ones that go to school are the boys. We worry about, hey, did you put on deodorant this morning? Hey, did you make sure you washed your feet good enough in the shower? Like literally, because it's never your shorts are too short, or your shirt's too short. Like we don't have to worry about that. It's literally, do you smell good? Are you like clean? Are you good?
Presentable?
Yeah, which like they always are. But there's been a couple days, especially a 12-year-old, as he's getting into the habits of like putting on, like he's starting to wear like cologne, but like making sure he's not wearing too much cologne, because we're like, you don't need to smell like you bathed in it. So it's like
10 sprays max. After 10 sprays, I think you use too much.
Oh my gosh.
We have that issue with perfume. One with the little one, she doesn't understand, and so like
when Alex used it, it was too strong.
True,
too.
but like I've walked into Nola's room, and it felt like it seemed like she dropped a bottle in there, like because she doesn't know, like she's little. And then Rosie, the other way of like, well, now she needs to. If I don't smell it strong, then nobody else will smell it strong. So we've had that discussion on the perfume for her too.
Yeah.
Of like, my eyes are watering and I can't breathe. This is too much.
So bad.
You know what is fantastic is Metcalf's Market.
Absolutely. I love Metcalf's Market. The best part right now is they've got their St. Patty's Day, what do you want to call it? Smorgasbord of amazing things that you can have. They've got corned beef. They've got an amazing selection of carrots, cabbage, and potatoes, because that produce section is always on point. You can check out their spirits. You can get Irish whiskeys. You can get Irish beers. Whatever you're into, they've got it at Metcalf's. Huge selection for what you're looking for. They've got them at Hilldale Mall, one down the West Town area, and also in Wauwatosa. Check out Metcalf's Market. Get those Metcalf's rewards, because there's no reason you shouldn't be saving money. Get Metcalf's rewards and bring local home.
Hold on, Matt. Can you say where to find Metcalf's, but in an Irish accent? I want to hear Matt Hamilton's voice. Irish Matt Hamilton.
Man, I probably am just going to end up going Scottish, to be honest.
I don't think we have a discerning audience. Just go ahead and give us an accent.
Come on. Performance anxiety.
He's so nervous.
You can check out your Metcalf's Market over on the West Sound. Wait, here's the malt area. I can't do it. It's too
All right.
Scottish.
German.
You got it?
No, I want 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line. Call in and give us a good
Irish
or Scottish accent.
I would love that.
I would like one of those. 84. Molly, you got one?
Absolutely
Go
not.
Irish.
I can't. I literally can't.
I know.
Medgiftsmaken?
That was Swedish.
That was like, yeah.
I don't know.
That was like Norwegian.
It's hard to be a leprechaun.
Ryan, do you got any Irish in you?
Hi, Matt Hamilton. I can do a much better Irish accent than you, my
He
friend.
sounds like someone at a call center.
Ryan McDonald. Oh my goodness. Isn't McDonald a Irish last name?
Scottish.
That's Scottish, yeah.
Come on.
McDowell.
It's American, okay?
Big M.
Big Mac. What?
McDonald. Big M.
I got it.
Yes.
What's an Irish last name?
Importantness is Irish.
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell's very,
Ryan
very Irish.
O'Donnell. There
Ryan
you go.
O'Donnell. I'll take it.
Jim.
Yes.
You got your accent?
I just think of like a leprechaun. So what is it? Nobody may be laying a finger on me Lucky Charms.
Hey, that one wasn't that bad.
That was the best one so far,
others.
honestly.
For sure.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bucks put an end to their three-game losing streak thanks to a 126-106 blowout win over the LeBron Jamesless Los Angeles Lakers at Fiserv Forum. 4 Milwaukee players hit double figures on the night, led by Giannis, who fell an assist shy of a triple-double, finished with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists.
Giannis sees 4 defenders between him and the rim, but he says, "That's not going to stop me." He lays it in through contact with a foul, and the lead is now 17 as the Greek Freak has started to dine on this Lakers defense.
Backup point guard Kevin Porter Jr. chipped in 22 points off the bench on 5 made threes. The 37-28 Bucks continue their 3-game homestand Saturday night against the Indiana Pacers.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Being a kid isn't always easy, and dealing with anxiety, depression, or other mental health challenges can make life overwhelming. At Unity Point Health Meriter, the Child and Adolescent Psychiatry program is here to help. Their expert team provides compassionate, specialized care to support kids and teens on their journey to better mental health. To learn more about children and adolescent psychiatry and explore their resources, visit unitypoint.org/Madison, because no one should struggle alone.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
I'm floating in the blimp a lot. I feel the feeling I forgot.
Phish Friday. It's Friday. I keep on forgetting it at times, but it was a gorgeous day, first of all. But it is a Friday. It is a Phish Friday. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. We are in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the YouTube page as well. Primetime Wool Shine behind the glass. We do have a Siding Unlimited poll question that is sports related, and you can chime in 844-770-3776 on the Carbos Talking text line. Our Siding Unlimited poll question is, will the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament? Right now, 59% of you say not this year. We're asking that because today is the last show of the week. It's a Friday, so I'm not coming in tomorrow to talk about it.
And they just beat the snot out of the UCLA Bruins.
Yes.
I think I said
and the Bruins are like a good team. The Badgers were favored, but
it was nice to, like Ryan said yesterday, we lost to them in the regular season. We got a commanding win on a neutral court, which is redeeming.
A couple people chiming in on our non-redeemable accents. JJ and Poinette said it can't be worse than Tausch's pirate, which sounds like a slurred leprechaun.
It does.
That's fair.
It sounds like a drunk leprechaun, yeah.
JJ and Poinette said Primetime just did Ranjit from How I Met Your Mother.
I don't know that character, but I'll look it up.
How do we feel about How I Met Your Mother?
I've never watched
it's a pretty good show. I don't love it, but it's not. It's definitely one of the more watchable things out there.
I feel like when I watched it initially,
there's some unwatchable TV out there.
It's a little bit like Friends, where like I enjoyed Friends when I watched it. I watch it now, and it's not bad. It's just it's just dated in some of the will they or won't they, the suspense like that was in it with Ross and Rachel. Like that's all solved, so it just takes away from it a little bit. It's still watchable, and it's something like it just doesn't hold. How I Met Your Mother, and I didn't watch it as it was happening, but I did catch reruns. And it was good, but now even when I watch, like I see it on, whatever, like it'll pop up and maybe I'll watch a few minutes of it. A lot of it just feels dated, but I still liked it in the moment. So it's one of those. Right. There's some shows where it's like in the moment I enjoyed it. I'm not going to kill it and say it's bad now, but when it doesn't hold, like over time.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of how I feel about like Big Bang Theory. It's fine,
and I never watched that. So
like I don't love it, but if I'm not like offended by it, I'm not turning it off. Not like. My wife will watch like Love Island or something. It's like, ugh, I can't even be in the same room.
See, I have not watched Love Island in a minute.
Trash TV.
See, I love trash TV. I'm not a fan of sitcoms. Sitcoms, I'm just like, all right. Like Friends, loved Friends. I think I got into Friends when we moved houses and we didn't like cable or whatever didn't get installed for like however long, like the 2 weeks or whatever they made you wait back in the day. And so then we just had like 5 seasons of Friends, so I just watched those in those weeks. And that's how I got into it. But like I don't think I've really watched Friends other than that point in time.
Your first watch of Friends is the best watch. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I really enjoyed it. We made a whole point to watch it. It's just one where I never have the desire to fire it back up and watch it through. I'll tell you a show that holds up. My wife and I are watching it. It's an old show, but actually it is a reference to Good Karma. The start here, the Stephen Craig show used to talk about how they loved this show from back in the day as well. And the show is Golden Girls. You guys know Golden Girls.
Definitely watched it.
It's on Hulu and Disney. If you watch it now, they are so mean to each other. Like you watch it and you're like, they're calling each other fat. They're calling each other different slurs for being a woman who goes on a lot of dates.
Okay.
Calling each other stupid pretty regularly. But it's a lot of the jokes hold up. The only problem is it's a little bit of that Dennis Miller type humor where they make so many references that are in the moment. And I'm pretty well aware of things that even stuff before my time. And I catch about 50% of the jokes they make because some of them are really timely to that moment. And it's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I would say if you're looking for something that's like an easy 20-minute comfort sort of like I'll chuckle a few times and enjoy it and it holds up, Golden Girls. Because it's about friendship. Like some of the stuff they're doing, you don't need the whole device of everything. Like Seinfeld, some episodes, most of it's good, but there's some episodes where like the whole premise of this is just, it's not even anything that can happen anymore.
I've tried to watch Seinfeld. It was like one of my dad's favorite shows.
So good.
But like I've tried to watch it since being an adult, and I got through like 2 episodes, and I was just like, I don't know. So it's one that I want to try to watch because I feel like there's so many daily references that people make to it that just go over my head.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't understand what you guys are even talking about. Like I totally miss it
and
because I don't know the show.
We'll fire it up like. Well, even like the other night, I had a hard time going to sleep, so I just went downstairs and turned on Seinfeld because like I'm not going to miss anything. So like I'll watch it, and if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. I know all the shows or whatever.
See, that's how I am with The Real Housewives. I watch The Real Housewives so much that I could tell you exactly what happens that I'm like, well, I like to stay awake because I enjoy watching their very wealthy lifestyles, but I could also fall asleep because I already know what's going to happen.
844-770-3776. I'll ask this question if you want to chime in on it. What's the most timeless sitcom? One that holds up the best.
Three's Company. I remember watching that as a kid.
But the premise is not great.
Okay, if it's a problematic show, I apologize.
It's not like
I just don't.
Problematic, but the whole idea is that Ritter's character, I forget what John Ritter's character, Jack, is, I believe the joke is that he is gay, and that's why he can live with the 2 women. Because back in that time, 2 women living together were fine because that was okay, but then he moved in as they had a third bedroom, he moved in as a third roommate, and the only reason the apartment complex allowed it is because he's gay. He's not gay, though. So, like, that was the whole premise of it. So it's not like, I'm just saying holding up part of it doesn't hold up. I don't think it's problematic. I don't think it's, like, anything horrible. I don't think they were extra offensive, but I do think the premise wouldn't hold up anymore.
My sister made... We were at Worlds. We were at the Olympic trials recently, and they had like a random Roku or something, and it had a bunch of like live TV. And basically, apparently, my sister's just been really into the old country western television.
Okay.
And the show was The Rifleman, and this.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's an old show. They made a reference to someone's age in the show, and they said, I was born in 1880, or in the 80s, around in the 80s, and you knew because it was black and white and the horses. I didn't see a car the entire time we watched that show. It was just horses and buggies. That they were referencing 1880. So this show had to have been from like the 50s.
That show's 1958.
The lead, the main actor, basketball player, and MLB player. Like, obviously from a time when it was very different, but he apparently was...
The good-looking guy?
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good-looking guy.
Johnny Crawford?
No.
Chuck Connors?
Chuck Connors, I think.
Lucas McCain was the... Lucas or Mark McCain? Which one was it?
Lucas McCain is the dad. He was the one who's the MLB player and NBA player.
Wow.
And then got into acting. And honestly, the show, it's not great. But it was fine to watch for a couple days. My sister's just into it.
He only played professionally for baseball.
Oh, okay. You play collegiate basketball or something?
I mean, he played Seton Hall, so it wasn't. It's not like it's completely misleading.
Seton Hall in like 1952.
That show looks like the perfect show to fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I guess it does say. Wait, it does say here he played for the Rochester Royals, which are now the Kings. It was not listed before on his stats on the side there, but he did play for the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Cubs, and then the Rochester Royals.
Is the League considered a sitcom? Ryan, you seem like a League guy.
Oh, that's 100% a sitcom.
That's a sitcom? So good.
And why am I the League guy? What is that supposed to mean?
You're into fantasy football and all that. Like, you just seem like you would sit and watch the League.
Why, you're not
our
wrong.
Ruxpin.
It's fair. Ruxpin is an all-time character. Ruxpin is an all-time curmudgeon. Oh, he's great.
Forever unclean.
Yes. I did watch the League. It kind of ran its course after about like 2 years for me.
Yeah, 2 seasons was about enough.
Yeah.
What's the name of the guy who's obsessed with the Cutlets when he realizes his kids go to the same daycare as Cutler's kids? There's a whole episode around that.
I don't know. I just know the guy who, like, the wild, like, I don't know if it was a brother or something like that.
Rafi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rafi was.
Because he plays the same character basically in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
And so, like, that was a fun character.
Also, the genius character, Taco.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yes.
Genius.
The song at the birthday party.
I don't remember it.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of the most iconic scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Don't play it on the air.
JJ and Poinette does point out Bosom Buddies would be another one that couldn't be made today. They had a lot of weird housing rules back then because in Bosom Buddies, Tom Hanks and I forget who the other guy is, they dress as women to be able to live in an apartment complex for less money. And so they pretend to be women to live in that complex. And, like, again, the hijinks of that is basically the whole driver of the show. I would say 2 radio ones. I enjoy Frasier.
I haven't watched that really.
Elite.
And I think it holds up. There's not a lot of times
It's
where I'm
so
like,
dry, but it's a good show.
Kelsey Grammer's wife. Here's a connection. Kelsey Grammer's wife was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
okay.
Oh my
Great.
gosh.
That is neat.
I love trash TV.
And then News Radio was a
I'm
really
a
good show.
bottomless pit.
Joe Rogan, the week link in that one. He was
In
horrible.
what?
In News Radio. He plays an idiot janitor, and like that's like the only non-funny character on there. That was my beginning of knowing a Joe Rogan ain't it. Tell us about what is it, and that's Zoa Energy.
Yes, I love my Zoa Energy. I need all the energy I can get with my twins and my toddler at home. It's packed with natural ingredients like caffeine from green coffee and green tea. And the flavors are amazing, you guys. Today I had strawberry watermelon. That is my jam today. Listen, it's empty. I chugged it before the game. Before the game, oh my gosh, before the show today.
Game time.
It is game time when you're drinking Zoa Energy. You can find them at Festival, Pick and Save, and so many more locations. Head over to zoaenergy.com to learn more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Could you imagine if I had to, like, pretend to be somebody different than I am? Like, I would have to be like, oh, I love my husband all the time. Like, that would be awful. That would be horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
God.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin women's hockey guaranteed to have the nation's top player this season. 3 Badgers named finalists for the Patty Kazmaier Award: Layla Edwards, Caroline Harvey, and Casey O'Brien. Just the second time ever a program has produced all 3 finalists. Wisconsin soon to be tied with Harvard for the most Kazmaier Award recipients. Winner announced Saturday, March 22nd. Hopefully the same weekend the Badgers will be chasing after their 8th national title. Wisconsin faces either Boston University or Clarkson Saturday at LeBron Arena. Winner advances to the Frozen Four in Minneapolis.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world,
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The madness has arrived at Metro Ford of Madison this month. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Ford F-150 with 3.9% APR for 66 months plus $2,000 flex buy cash, $16.86 cost per thousand borrowed. Or drive away in the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months plus $500 flex buy cash, $15.97 cost per thousand. Don't miss out. These offers end March 31st. Head to Metro Ford of Madison or visit metrofordofmadison.com today.
With the next pick in the big draft, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Dane County selects you. As we count down to the draft in Green Bay, Big Brothers and Big Sisters is also counting on you to help meet the growing demand of mentorship in our community. Become a role model, a motivator, a supporter, a positive influence. Empower the young people in our community to create a brighter future for all. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Dane County presents The Big Draft in partnership with the NFL Inspire Change. Learn how to get involved at bbbsmadison.org.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. Primetime Wollersheim with us as well. And, before we get to some Packers talk, and we'll circle back on the Wisconsin Badgers, I did just see this, which is, and I'll get to Aaron Rodgers as well, and the 2022 QB draft class. I'm going to give you this list. It is brutal. Kenny Pickett. That was the first quarterback taken. Then I'm just going to go order the rest of the way down. Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis. Well, I mean, you didn't draft the guy in the third round or second round.
No, I said, but I was thinking him as a Packer, not him as a Titan.
A woof, and then I thought I heard a cat noise. I was like, what are we doing?
He wasn't drafted to be the backup to Jordan. Yeah. Matt Corral, Bailey Zappi, Sam Howell, and then Brock Purdy. But
felt bad for Matt Corral because he had his ankle broken in his college bowl game, and I was like, I thought he might be like capable. Mm-hmm. And never got a crack at it.
What happened to Bailey Zappi? Because he played last year
as the Chiefs.
Oh, he got picked up by them now too.
Chiefs win. But he was the third stringer.
Yeah, he was last season, but I guess Gardner Minshew, that's his spot now, right?
Well, Minshew's the backup, and I think Bailey's the third stringer.
Oh, third stringer, so like practice squad quarterback.
Yeah.
Huh. So they must have moved on. The Chiefs moved on from
Wentz.
Yeah, I think a lot of those are sort of 1 year sort of. Wentz. He's probably wanted, if he can, land on a team that has a little bit of uncertainty at quarterback, so you could at least sell yourself on.
So we can try and rise back from whence he came. You like that?
No.
Any of those guys you think would be decent?
From whence he came, Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
this is play on words.
No, Matt.
I don't know what words you were playing with, though. That's the problem.
You never heard?
I've never heard the saying "whence he came."
From whence he came.
No.
You never heard that?
I don't know what that is. No. Just moving on.
All right.
Was that a Seinfeld joke?
No. It's
that's like literary.
Old English. Yeah, it's like a Shakespeare joke almost.
Okay, guys, I have my degree in communications, but nobody's communicating about that. Anyways, Ryan, go ahead. What? Savage.
I was just going to ask if some of the names Jim was listing off would be decent backups for the Packers, or just this backup.
We've got
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
That's a name he said.
Oh, yeah, he was in the 2022 draft class, yeah.
Are you guys just set on Malik then?
For a backup? Yeah. I'm very content with that.
Every game that he was in last year, he won.
So let me ask you this question.
Except for the Eagles game in Brazil.
Let's say,
didn't he play for part of the game against the Vikings?
Played against the Bears, too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely played against the Vikings.
It was a blowout, yeah.
He did not play well against the Bears. He was part of the reason why the Bears were able to win. But
potato.
But I'm still sticking with him.
So the question would be, let's say Jordan Love has the same season next year as he had this year.
Yeah.
do you want the Packers to draft a quarterback somewhere? It doesn't have to be a true quarterback of the future, but Brock Purdy came out of nowhere.
Right.
gets
Do you
me
want
sweaty.
that this year?
Doesn't it? Just that makes me nervous even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It does.
No, yeah.
Because you just think of the ripple effect that it could have if they would draft a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, look, it literally is the reason Aaron Rodgers went off the deep end. What if that did the same thing to Love? Seems like a pretty normal dude, and then you draft a
but Jordan Love was
rookie
drafted in the
quarterback.
first round.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you take the Packers have a lot of picks this year, as they usually do. Goody likes to hoard the picks. So you take one of your 6-rounders and you go, yeah, why not? I mean, the Patriots drafted Drake May, and then they also drafted who's the guy that can throw the ball 100 miles at 100 miles per hour?
Joe Milton.
Joe Milton from Alabama. I want to say Milrose, but he also is very gifted athletically. But
Jalen Milroe in this year's draft.
Yeah, but that's not who.
He could be a 4th-round pick probably now.
Yeah, he could. But yeah, if you wanted just someone that could, he's toolsy,
run the practice squad,
and eventually replace Willis, or at least you have something, or maybe it's a tradable prospect. You draft a guy 7th round, 7th round. Brock Purdy wasn't drafted with any plan.
But do you think that Brian Gutekunst would actually do that? Do you think that he would? Because think about all the risks that he made, even just getting Jordan Love in the draft class that he did, and the moves up to go get him. Do you think that Brian Gutekunst, would then try to get another quarterback and ruffle the feathers much? I don't think he would.
Ruffle the feather. You have 8 picks and you have 2 7th rounders.
I understand, but that's also. But then, don't you think that fans could potentially perceive that as, Brian Gutekunst isn't trusting Jordan Love?
They also drafted Michael Pratt last year in the 6th round.
Yeah.
It'd be I think that's what Jim's proposing.
You're just taking a flyer.
But then what's the point?
Take a flyer on a position that can help you.
Well,
There's nothing from it.
From what I know, the Packers' philosophy and a lot of teams' philosophy is that you just always draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Always just take one, because you never know what might happen. You never might know when you need one. You never might know who will pop and who will hit. Like Jim said, the Brock Purdy example is a good example.
So then what's the highest round that he could pick a quarterback without ruffling feathers?
Hold on.
That's a good question.
Let's think about this. When you think about players drafted late, there's no way that there's a higher hit rate at quarterback than there is at any other position. So I don't we're stuck, love it or hate it, with Jordan Love for the next 3 years minimum.
Okay, but
don't worry about getting a quarterback.
Well, a 7th round,
anything else.
It is basically statistically impossible for that 7th rounder to do anything. So if you took a 7th rounder, it's the idea of, like, if this guy pops it all and we can turn that 7th rounder into a 6th rounder or a 5th rounder in the future, like, that's what the Patriots are trying to do with their pick.
As a quarterback, you're never going to have a quarterback that pops that low. Isaiah McDuffie, 7th round pick, he was just re-signed. That's what you could get for a 7th round pick, instead of a guy who's going to run your practice squad and never going to have value to you, because no one's going to get to see him play in a game because he's your 3rd string quarterback. At least get a position of value that you actually need, and who knows, if he pops or turns out he's good enough to play, you can trade him. Like, the whole getting a quarterback thing when you have a guy that's under a contract like Jordan has, it's like, that seems like it makes no sense to me.
So last year's 7th round pick was Michael Pratt, and then outside of him, Packers drafted Kalen King. Is Kalen King turning heads for anyone? Or the year before?
Is Michael Pratt?
The year before, he went to the Buccaneers practice squad. They did not stick with the Packers full squad going into the season, but last year, Anthony Johnson, Grant Dubose, and either of those guys moving the needle?
Nope.
No.
All right. Now, the year before that, though, he had 4 7th round picks: Tariq Carpenter, Jonathan Ford, Rasheed Walker, and Samori Toure.
Obviously,
Walker's a very nice 7th round pick.
The Packers have 2.
What happened to Toure?
Toure? Oh, that's a great question. Wasn't he Jason Wilde's guy? I think he was in training camp. He was. I think Jason kind of put the Matt Hamilton curse on him.
Yeah, he kind of jinxes people too. He does. We should ask him about that next time we talk to him.
They're just long shots.
Yes.
Sometimes there's long shots, and sometimes you have guys.
I'm pretty sure that Jason picked a sleeper for like a preseason game or something, and then the guy literally got cut right before the preseason
So I will
game.
say, none of the people I have predicted, I haven't picked them as sleepers. Those were legitimate. I think they're going to be good.
Right. Okay.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Between Jason's picking a dark horse and me just trying to pick a guy and just being super wrong about Amari Rodgers.
I'm a nut. So, I mean,
or Anders Carlson.
Back to the QB
Or A.J.
discussion.
Dillon.
And I get what you're saying, but obviously Brock Purdy is the all-time hit, but there are other guys who hit. Look at Joe. I mean, Joe Melton is someone that teams are looking at that they might trade a pick for. So the Patriots might turn a 7th rounder into a 5th rounder in 1 year. That's
No, I know that's obviously awesome, but I look at the likelihood. It seems more unlikely. And again, this is just a feel thing because I have no stats pulled up. Quarterback's hard enough to hit on when you get in the first round.
Yep.
You get the first.
But that's why teams
10
take
picks.
a quarterback all the time. Because let's say the Packers
I guess, but
don't.
why do you don't need a quarterback? Why are you throwing it out? We have a backup. We have
if Jordan Love, if he doesn't progress, you might just move on from him at the end of this thing, and then maybe you have someone. You look at the Patriots the 49ers had Trey Lance. He was the 3rd overall pick. They didn't know he was going to completely bust. He wasn't busted out by the time that they took Brock Purdy, but Trey went bust, and they had Brock Purdy, and that saved their franchise. Because if they didn't have that guy there, they were cooked.
Hey, and I'm not saying that it's not possible. And the fact is, there's only one Brock Purdy. There's never been one before him. There's never been a Mr. Irrelevant
but Tom
quarterback
Brady was
who's
picked
turned
late.
into one. That is just as rare as Tom Brady being picked in the 6th.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand it can happen. It's real, but we've got enough issues that we
I would
shouldn't
just
be
say that
not
most
thinking
NFL
about.
teams disagree with you, that they do have the philosophy of always drafting a quarterback.
JB
because that golden ticket is always worth taking.
JB from the V says, Love is trash. I want to draft a new quarterback this year. No time to wait for next year. He also says, Matt takes are so ice cold. A 7th rounder is a 7th rounder any way you cut it. Take shots, throw Hail Marys. It's all a crapshoot at that point.
Okay. That's essentially what I'm saying. That's not a cold take. He's agreeing with me. It's a crapshoot. I just don't like the crapshoot at quarterback.
If you trust Goody and Goody likes QB, then why wouldn't? If he thinks that's the best player there, then you take him.
Well, we've seen how good drafting the best player available has gone for Goody since 2018, so I don't know if that's always the right move.
That's just first-round picks.
Yeah.
Outside of the first round, he is honestly really good.
Of all the players that he has drafted that are currently on to the point where they could have second contracts, there was 4 on the Packers, and 1 is about to be let go any minute now.
Well, hey,
since 2018, there's 4 players that are still here looking that got a second contract.
Should we do the other 31 teams in the NFL now too? Or are we just going to look at Goody?
We're just going to look at Goody because this isn't a San Francisco show. This isn't a Minneapolis show. This isn't a Chicago show. This
if you're looking at success,
a Packers show.
If you're looking at success rate of GMs around the league, then shouldn't you compare him to his peers?
No.
Who
I'm just going to
compare him to?
I'm going to give you facts with no reference that the 18 class, 19 class, 20 class, and 21 class, of all of those draft picks, there's got to be 30-some picks there. 4 of them are still currently Packers, and 1 of them's on his way out the door.
Take that
if you're
for
counting
data.
Jair Alexander. So I don't know how good that is. If being at a 8% clip to sign second contract guys is good, then Goody's crushing.
Bart Starr drafted in the 17th round.
17? What a steal!
Go work out at Carbon World Health. Ask them about something like glutide. You can ask them about hormone optimization, obviously the cryotherapy, red light therapy, all fantastic at Carbon World Health. Go to carbonworldhealth.com. You can see their location in Sun Prairie or in Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com. or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by the Jump Around, ESPN Madison's Badgers dedicated digital show. Join hosts Jim Rutledge and Pablo Iglesias, plus Badgers forward Nolan Winter as a special featured guest. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And speaking of the Badgers basketball team, they blew out the Bruins in the Big Ten tournament earlier today. Yes, that game tipped off at 1:30, and the Badgers winning in a historic fashion at 86-70 and hitting a Big Ten tournament record 19 threes, tying them with the pace that Indiana had back in the 2022 Big Ten tourney. John Tonje leading the way for the Badgers with 26 points. Almost had a perfect game, but finished out shooting 9 of 10 from the field and 6 of 6 from three-point land. The Badgers will be back at it tomorrow, taking on number 1 seed Michigan State as they seek to win the Big Ten tournament once again. Also, the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge and Pablo Iglesias catch a special bracket reaction show this coming Monday night starting at 6 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN, as well as on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Yeah, okay, a military wife,
you,
a deep sea fisherman,
Jim,
and a lead conductor for an orchestra. That was actually pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I think he's more of a game-changing player in the sense that he brings a sense of leadership and veteranship. What?
Veteran leadership?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's perfect words.
Where's the beef? Yeah.
What's that one?
Where's the beef? It's from the commercial that sells beef.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
If you don't know where the Twins comes from, it is from a Coors Light commercial. And twin cans of Coors Light. Primetime Wollersheim behind the glass. Sure. And we have a couple different things through the talk and text line. Do 844-770-3776. It's the Cardinals talk and text line. List is more. David Deerfield chimed in and said that the Packers only have 7 picks this year. Goody says he wants more. Well, according to Packers.com, they were awarded a compensatory pick in the 7th round, so they have 8 choices right now. So I don't know if he wants more than that.
I will say, Goody typically says he likes to have double-digit picks. He likes to have 10 or 11.
I would like to dig in, like...
Why?
Because he likes to have... I mean, we were kind of talking about the crapshoots in the later rounds.
He likes to be the center of attention.
I don't think it's that.
He's Matt Hamilton?
Maybe.
I think he just likes to have as many shots at hitting in the later rounds as possible.
I would like his philosophy more to have all those picks if he'd move them, if I was a Packer fan, move them to go get players once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like quarterbacks.
He's very predictable.
Wide receivers.
In the idea that, one, he seems to really like projects in the first round. And then second round, he wants to pick someone who's more ready to go. And then he will never... He doesn't seem to have, and this can be hit or miss, but if he's as good as he thinks he is at scouting, when has there been like conviction where it's like, I need this guy and I'm taking that guy? Like, I believe, and I don't have it in front of me, I believe the Packers like Creed Humphrey. but they didn't go and get Creed Humphrey, and he was taken right before that.
It's Jordan Love then.
And so, but just for an example, though, one time, Creed Humphrey, like there was all reports they wanted him, and then the Chiefs, they didn't move to go get him, and they ended up with Josh Myers instead of Creed Humphrey, and Creed Humphrey's one of the best centers in all football.
Chiefs win.
So it's one of those things where it's okay. You did it one time with Jordan Love, but it's kind of like the free agency. Preston is Darius Smith, and then McKinney and Josh. You are just one set mindset for the majority of it. And again, I just get to all those picks, and in my head, I think, well, use them once in a while to go get. If you think someone's really good, then have some conviction to go get them.
I'm totally with you. It blows me away how he treats those draft picks they're so valuable. It's like, I don't disagree. There's a lot of value in your draft picks, but some of the value is in the eye of someone who wants that pick. They might overpay for it. So, listening to here's the thing. If you get too attached for it, you're not going to be able to see someone overpay for it. And you're going to expect something not feasible to actually get off your trade or off your draft pick. So, that's my problem with it. I think he holds them in too high regard. So when there is an opportunity for him to, trade a pick to move back a couple spots but gain some more, he don't see him doing it. Or if he wants to throw a pick together to move up to get somebody, he's probably lowballing people because he thinks that, but I've got a 6th here that I'm going to throw in to trade you spots. It's like, no one cares. That's when people throw darts at the wall. That's when you take quarterbacks, apparently.
The Adam in Madison says, if you're thinking about a quarterback at all with the drop issues our receivers have, you're literally wasting your time.
I'm a nut. I would be so happy if we get a wide receiver in the first round. Could you imagine?
I mean, Ryan, what are the Packers predicted to do in the draft in the first round? I'm curious.
Mock drafts are all over the place. They're at the 23rd overall pick, so they're really at the mercy of 22 people, 22 teams ahead of them.
I've seen a lot of wide receiver, which just doesn't feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah, and
to me, I'm just I keep it in my mind he's just going to get an offensive
Specifically,
lineman.
there's a wide receiver from Texas that I don't know the player's name, but I've just seen the wide receiver from
Golden.
Texas.
I can't think of his first name, but his last name is Golden. He's a speedster. It would probably fix or fill the Christian Watson void for the time being, but from also what I've seen is that this year's wide receiver draft class is not seen as particularly strong. There's one receiver at the top of the draft who everyone is clear-cut number one, and that's Tedroa McMillan from Arizona. And then also, depending on what position Travis Hunter decides to play in the NFL, he could be a top probably 10 wide receiver. Other than that, everyone's projected maybe after the 20th pick. So they're not going to find a lot of value at wide receiver. It is a fairly decent offensive line class from what I've read, and also defensive end pass rusher. So I think pass rusher would be interesting, especially because
I have seen
there's
a D tackle. I want to say
there's a lot of D tackles being mocked to the Packers.
Yes, yeah. But again, if McMillan's the guy and the Packers do need a wide receiver and Goody likes younger players, then
you'd also have to draft trade up into the top 5.
Oh, he's going that high?
Yeah,
okay.
he's seen as a top 10 pick.
Gotcha.
The only wide receiver top 10.
Okay.
Well, is that a reason why Goody wants more, has a lot of draft picks? Is he potentially thinking about doing that?
Based off his track record, it's hard to say. It's hard to say that.
Do you know the last time the Packers took a wide receiver in the first round?
Is it Javon Walker?
It is. Do you know what year that is?
100 years ago.
2002.
That's crazy.
It's been 23 years since the Packers thought about taking a wide receiver in the first round.
Well, yeah, because I think we were all hoping the year that Christian Watson got drafted that they were going to get somebody in the first round. And then he ended up being the
34th pick.
Yeah.
So he was a first round pick.
Oh, get
for
out.
all intents.
No, he was not.
He's not playing like one.
He's not playing
so
like
don't
one.
put that on. Don't put that evil on him.
I didn't put the evil on him. Goody did.
No, you're calling him a first rounder at 34. He's just clearly a second round pick.
All right.
Before we go to break
Don't
here, Dave.
Put that label on.
Dave and Deerfield asked how compensatory picks work. In general, it's basically if you lose players a specific way through free agency, you're rewarded a pick back depending on it. So clearly, whoever they lost to get the 7th round pick wasn't anything special. But and I don't know how you tie it to it, but basically they have to play out their contract completely, and then they leave and they go sign somewhere else. If someone went and signed, to your point the other day, Molly, like Eric Stokes might net them like a 7th round pick in the future. Josh Myers, same thing. But if someone left and signed a big deal, then you might get a higher compensatory pick. So it's tied loosely to players, I think draft picks leaving, and then you can get a draft pick back for it.
It's typically based off of a player who made a big impact on your team that year who you don't re-sign, and then because when they hit the market, you get a compensatory pick back. Like even I think the Saints this year actually get a compensatory pick for Marquez Valdes-Scantling.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So it doesn't have to be draft players. Okay.
No, so it can be guys you signed throughout the season. The rules there are very weird, and that's when you get into like the legal, like you have to be a lawyer to understand some of the rules when it comes to draft picks and salary cap in the NFL. But like Jim said, it's loosely tied to players' performances and whether or not you're able to re-sign them or not.
You don't have to be a lawyer to understand that Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton is the place to go, whether it's for an engagement ring, wedding band, custom jewelry, watches, earrings, bracelets, anything you're looking for. Go to Madison's Custom and Madison's family-owned jeweler, Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
But
I've never seen the movie either.
I've only seen
the
Really?
Yeah, I had no interest in the movie.
Oh my gosh, the movie is terrible. Terribly awesome. Did you just touch my butt, Dewey? I know your tricks, Dewey. What? I quote that all the time.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Summer is coming, and it's time to start thinking about your summer job. Jesse Nelson here. Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for many positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors and officials, and more. Full and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available. No matter your interest, schedule, or location, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. Start your summer adventure today. Apply at mscr.org.
Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Simple to play. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states. The app is really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do, pick more or less on a few player stats for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball and hockey, esports, and much, much more. Second half of the basketball season is here, and the race to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. And don't miss your chance to cash in as the league's best fight for playoff positioning. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Unity Point Health Meritor is proud to be ESPN Madison's Mental Health Month sponsor this March. Explore resources at unitypoint.org/Madison. With the right support, every child and teen can find a path to better mental health.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. I was going to say something, and then I forgot what I was going to say.
I was
going to
apparently
ask
someone on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to do. Joseph on YouTube. Remember, you can always watch us on YouTube at the ESPN Madison channel. He says, no, Jim. Creed was taken after Packers picked Myers at ESPN Madison. Fact check Jim on that Creed pick.
Congratulations. Your GM's an idiot. So your GM, sorry, you didn't trade up for your guy. He thought Josh Myers was better than Creed Humphrey. Is that really what you wanted there? Congratulations. Let's make that correction. Goody was too stupid to realize Creed Humphrey was better than Josh Myers, and he missed out on a once-in-a-generation center for a guy that just walked to the Jets for a year. Thank you for correcting me.
Can I give you guys an even worse one?
Ooh, tell us.
Remember Jace Sternberger?
Yes.
The third-round pick.
Yep.
You know who was picked immediately after Jace Sternberger?
Tell us.
Terry McLaurin.
Ooh, yeah.
That one might.
Terry.
I'm not sure which one of those is worse. Josh Myers was at least a playable starting caliber center. Jace Sternberger barely saw the field, and Terry McLaurin is one of the top 15 receivers in the NFL.
Sure. I guess we'll have to see how Creed Humphrey looks like he's
like a multi-time All-Pro.
Yeah, he's kind of angling towards like the next Jason Kelsey type career there.
Yeah, that's very early to say.
I mean, you got time. Yeah, I mean, he's got to keep it up. Got to stay
All
healthy.
linemen too. I don't always trust the All-Pro recognitions because I think sometimes you get recognized when you're just on a really good team as an all lineman.
That's true.
Because people don't know.
And the Packers weren't any good, so I mean that's probably why Josh Myers.
Well, that's part of it. And Josh Myers was not that great. Let's be honest.
I'm just messing with you, but yeah,
you're right.
All right, let's get to it.
Time now for Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
I'm a bottomless pit. Wasn't expecting that one. There we go. Guys, we'll quickly run through last week's picks. First up, this one feels like it was forever ago now that there's been a couple Wisconsin games since this, but I did ask you about the Wisconsin-Penn State game. I asked you over under 159.5 total points in that matchup. It was over with 161 total points that the Badgers lost. Jim and Ryan, you guys both picked the over there. Then the next one that I asked you about with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics facing off last Saturday evening, I asked you how many points will Luka score, and I said that we were going to play Price is Right rules. Jim said 30, Matt said 29, Ryan, you said 24. He ended up having 34 points in that one, so Jim got another point there. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they took on the Cleveland Cavaliers last Sunday, and I asked you who was going to have more points in that game, Damian Lillard or Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell had 15, and Damian Lillard had 22. Matt was the only one to pick Damian Lillard. So, shout out to you for your faith in the Milwaukee Bucks there.
What was the final score of that game?
I don't remember. What was it?
They lost by like 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was bad.
Well, still.
Matt was
Donovan
right,
Mitchell lost.
Yeah, Matt was right. Give him his credit.
Yeah.
Because he got benched because they were winning by so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
You know
Is that
what,
you were
guys?
predicting?
Your
Yeah,
positivity of the Bucks is just what's the word? I don't know.
Infectious.
Infectious?
Yeah, like my positivity also makes you want to be positive about the Bucks.
I was trying to be sarcastic about their negativity, but I couldn't think of what the word was.
Okay,
Brain
pessimist
fog.
Polly.
Yeah. I can't believe you called me Polly. Anyways, today's picks that I'm going to give you. In the Big Ten tournament, I'm going to give you tonight's games. We talked about these four teams earlier. So first up, number 2, Maryland versus number 7, Illinois. Maryland is favored by 1.5 points. Thoughts on this, Jim?
Man, Illinois is streaking in a really good direction, but they're still so young. as I saw one of their best players, and I won't say their name because I don't want to be mean about it, but like their face is like covered in acne and he looks like he's 16 years old for Illinois. It's just a reminder of that team is full of a bunch of teenagers. So I'm going to go with Maryland in this game.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, I can't
gotta
cheer
Google
for
this
a
kid.
team where their
Judgmental
best player doesn't
Jim.
wash his face. We're going Maryland.
It's not cheering for it. It's just a reminder how young Illinois is.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with the Terps.
Ryan?
I'll go with Maryland as well. I think Jim brings up a good point that Illinois is the younger,
I'm not
greener
saying the
team.
kid's name or anything.
Some might say
Can
they're
we put his face on the video stream?
No, we don't need to put him on blast. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I was going to
'Cause
say
I had pretty bad
you'll
acne.
probably
Yeah, I
did
had
too.
acne
I
growing
did
up
too. So like, I'm
that's-
not trying to blow
I
the kid up.
didn't.
Yeah. it's
Some
just-
might say Illinois is a
Wow.
little more.
Aren't we special?
Some might say Illinois is a little more fresh-faced. So
Fresh face is positive, though.
yeah, well, anyways.
Baby-faced.
Baby-faced.
Babyface is also positive.
Maryland is more
Hormonal.
experienced.
Hormonal face.
Maryland.
All right. Next one here, guys.
We got some Metro Kia breaking news. Rams
Wow.
wide receiver Cooper Kupp is signing with
Packers.
Seattle.
Oh.
That's
him
Seattle
and Sam
Seahawks.
Darnold going to be fun to watch. Yawn.
weird. We got rid of Tyler Lockett to bring in another.
And DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
You know where he went
For
to college,
Cooper Kupp.
right? Cooper Kupp. Take a wild guess.
Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Washington.
Washington.
What?
That's I meant Washington because I actually I played at an arena at the national championships right next to the field, and they had mentioned that Cooper Kupp was a alum here. I don't know why I said Michigan. Washington. Yes. And Cheyenne, I believe, is where it is.
Isn't it Cheyenne, Wyoming?
Cheney.
Is that where the
Cheney.
rodeo is?
I got it eventually. Thanks for bringing that up. Cheney.
July in
Washington.
Cheyenne. It's about a rodeo.
He
that
guesses Eastern Michigan, and then he's like, "Yeah, I have all the facts about Eastern Washington, actually." By the way,
Cheney.
we
Cheyenne. No, Cheney.
Do we
Cheney,
know what his
Washington.
Do we know what his contract is? How
Jim,
much they're paying
did you
him?
see that yet?
3-year deal. I don't know the dollar amount.
3-year deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was looking for, I think, around
13 to 14 million or something crazy.
Yeah, per year. That's a bit for a guy who's played 9, and 12 games over the last 3 years.
Yes, that is probably the bigger concern. I would say this: if I'm Seattle, and you got Sam Darnold, having a guy like Cooper Kupp, you hope he's healthy and just makes Sam's life a little easier.
Sure.
It's the same case I'm making with Jordan Love, that the Packers might have to come to the realization that they need receivers to help Jordan.
They
more
needed
than
that even with
Jordan
Aaron Rodgers.
is going to help. Yeah, but that was back in Aaron Rodgers. There was a time where Aaron, obviously you're always benefited by having great receivers, but I mean, you look at the Chiefs, but he still has Kelsey. But then the Chiefs have been interchanging receivers out. Jordan Love might be, look at Jared Goff. He's got St. Brown. He's got other players out there that can make plays for him. I think Jordan Love is going to be benefited by having better receivers. But anyways, we go back to Molly's game.
This one, guys, number 3 Michigan versus number 6 Purdue. They play tonight. The Boilermakers are listed as 2.5-point favorites. Who you taking there? Ryan, you first.
Sorry, can you say it one more time
Oh,
for me?
Ryan, pay attention. Number 3 Michigan versus number 6 Purdue. The Boilermakers are listed as 2.5-point favorites. Who are you taking?
Both teams are sliding downward pretty quickly right now, and neither have looked good in most of their games recently. I will take Michigan because I think Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf are a very imposing front court duo, and I would bank more on the consistency of a good front court than shooting from the outside that Purdue would probably need to rely on. So I'll go Michigan.
Matthew?
I just really don't like Purdue, so I'll go Michigan.
Obviously, I'm going to go with my heart there. I'm going to go Michigan. Dusty May, FAU coach. It's his time of year. It's his time of year. Now, Michigan hasn't been playing great, but I think Michigan can pull this off.
All right, guys, last one here. The Bucks take on the Thunder on Sunday night at Fiserv Forum. I want to know, who do you think will have more points in the game, Giannis or Shea? Shea's been averaging 32.8 points per game, while Giannis is averaging 30.5 points per game.
Shea.
Giannis.
Oh, give me a number 2 that you think they're going to have, because that'll be our tiebreaker.
35.
Giannis is going to score his number.
34?
Mm-hmm.
I will predict Giannis scores.
And we'll play Price is Right rules.
Yeah, I'll predict Giannis scores 28. this could be a lower scoring game for Shea. The Thunder have so many scoring options.
I know, but the
What makes you
Bucks
say
don't
that?
have any guards that can guard anyone.
It's true, but I don't know. I don't feel like the Thunder's front court is very imposing either. And Jim pointing at the TV, laughing at the Illinois player who has a lot of acne.
He's just pointing him out.
Pointing them out.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure Matt saw who he was. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. I just was curious.
I'll take Giannis to score 30 points.
Okay. I like your increasing positivity there.
Thank you.
Guys, it is tournament time, and I want to know, where are you watching the magic happen? Make Potawatomi Sportsbook your place to catch all the high-flying action with a massive video wall, sports betting kiosk, excellent drink specials, and more. It's a basketball fan's paradise. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
They did it again. For the 5th time, Siding Unlimited, the 30-year-old Wisconsin family-owned company, is the Pella Window and Door Company's Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year in the whole USA. Siding Unlimited is here in Madison with a dynamic outside-in showroom. See Siding Unlimited's window, door, roofing, deck, and other great outside stuff inside at 2018 South Stoughton Road, south of Buckeye. See Siding Unlimited's frequent Instagram posts or go to sidingunlimited.com.
All right, Madison, let's face it. Predicting the bracket is hard, but enjoying a month of nonstop college basketball is easy, especially when it's paired with the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Bud Light is giving you a shot to attend the ultimate watch party in Vegas for the final days of the tournament. Just go to budlight.com/easypicks to enter for your chance to win. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 plus. Begins on 1/6/25 and ends 3/30/25. Multiple entry periods. Visit budlight.com/easypicks for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Tyler Haney, Sun Prairie West.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you started out at Sun Prairie.
Yeah.
And freshman year, new school opens. What was that like?
It was definitely a shocker because we were at Chum still, so I wasn't even at the high school, but I was playing for our Sun Prairie team. Growing up, I was like, this is going to be my high school when I went to all these youth games and stuff for basketball and football, and then figuring out that I'm actually going to be at a whole different school, and then now I've been here for the past 3 years.
What does it mean to be a Wolf?
It means everything. I've enjoyed being around everybody at this school, teachers, staff, the amount of coaches that I've had here. I've learned so much from a lot of people here, and I've just met a lot of people that have taught me a lot of great things.
The 25th Annual Madison St. Patrick's Day Parade is taking place on Sunday, March 16th at 1:30 around the Capitol Square. Join in for an afternoon of music, dancing, and family-friendly fun featuring 2 Grand Marshals this year, Amber Noggle and Brandon Taylor. Don't forget incredible acts like the Kissers, Bucky Badger, the UW Marching Band, and Madison Bagpipers. Donations make it possible. Huge thanks to our sponsors, JP Cullen and J&K Security. Save the date, spread the word, and be part of Madison St. Patrick Day Parade.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Help me understand a little bit more clearly what you're asking.
Did you ever hear it called "Don't Go Jason Waterfalls"?
Is this Matt Hamilton?
So I kind of just thought of this question on the spot. So it needs to be workshopped a little. I'm not going to lie.
That's the same as Matt.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Before we get to Jason Wilde, I want to tell you about the big reveal. The Bruce Company's Outdoor Furniture Extravaganza is your first look at the latest trends in outdoor living. This Saturday, March 15th, the showroom has been updated with stunning new styles, vibrant colors, amazing finishes, and top-quality craftsmanship all on display. Enjoy refreshments and discounts on select special orders and meet the experts from vendors on site. Saturday, March 15th from 11 till 2 at the Bruce Company in Middleton. I'll tell you what, especially after this year, my entire deck is all decked out with furniture from the Bruce Company. Jason Wilde, thanks for taking time away from, I'm assuming this wasn't your gymnastics meet.
Yeah, I finished third on the pommel horse.
Hey, good job.
It's one of my better performances. No, Maddie today and Sid on Sunday, and then Sid as a volleyball tournament as well. So we're still in the throes of the busy sports season, and I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting, but I'm glad I'm able to join for a little while.
What's your favorite gymnastics event to watch?
None of them. Well, here's the worst part about gymnastics, and obviously Paula was a very good gymnast, and so she gets it, and she's done a lot of great coaching. But here's the problem I have with gymnastics. We left our house at 11:30 today. It is 5:40. The awards are going on now. I'm in the car talking to you. And my oldest child, who I love dearly, competed for, if you combine the amount of time she was actually competing in the 4 events, I think it totals about 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And so that part of gymnastics I don't enjoy. Like if your kids play volleyball or basketball or most of the ball sports, they're at least on the court. They may not touch the ball every time, but at least they're on the court, right? Like even baseball and softball, like if they're out in right field picking dandelions, at least there's something to watch as opposed to them sitting and watching other people compete for the majority of the day. But hey, this is what we signed up for, and Molly, I can only hope that someday you will be sitting around not watching your children compete too.
No, it's actually funny because I'm planning on when my son, he's almost about to turn 2, so I believe that 2.5 is like the age that they recommend kind of getting them in it. So at least like where we live. So I'm planning on getting him into gymnastics at 2.5. But like I've already started thinking about all the other sports that my kids are going to play, which sounds crazy. But like I'm like, how are we even going to be able to go to all the sports when we have 3 kids that are going to be right around the same age? It's going to be wild. I mean, we're already crazy busy with like soccer, the 2 different teams that the kids are on. But yeah, it'll be crazy. So.
And the amazing thing is they were just born. I mean, talk about unbelievable athletes right out of the womb and already playing midfielder.
Basically, yes. They are related to me. They are my DNA. So, I mean, of course.
Yep,
just kidding. I'm not that great of an athlete.
What's up with that?
Yeah, indeed.
Jason, I'll ask you what's up with this. Diana Rossini put this out about 4 hours ago. Here's what you need to know. The Vikings are having discussions about what they want to do at quarterback and if they want Rodgers. Rodgers is giving them time, which is mind-blowing, and waiting to hear from Minnesota. The Vikings have yet to make a decision. We all wait. Like, where do you think this lands? And I guess, what do you think the best decision for Minnesota would be?
Well, I have no idea where it lands. I know where I hope it lands. I hope it lands at U.S. Bank Stadium and the Mall of America and our favorite quarterback landing with the Vikings. And I am all in, 100% on board. Can't wait to go to Vikings training camp, to go talk to him. Count me in. Count me in. So take as much time as you need, Kwesi, and take as much time as you need, Kevin O'Connell, as long as you arrive at the decision that Aaron Rodgers is your guy. So, look, I know there were some people, I know Dan Graziano, who I think the world of, and he does such a great job, but he does not like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he does not try to hide it. He's not a fan. And his message is basically, what are you waiting for? Well, this is the answer. He's waiting to see, because if your choices at the skill positions, let's say his choices right now are the Giants, the Steelers, and the Vikings. Who's got the best group of those three offensively?
The Vikings.
It's the Vikings, and it's not even close, right? Like, do you think two guys? No, wait a minute. Two guys who are not known for precision in their route running, DK Metcalf and George Pickens.
Okay.
Do those two sound like Aaron Rodgers type of guys?
Nope.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, no. So again, I don't know what I have not reached out to him at all. I obviously am rooting purely as a storyteller, and while it would be great for him to go to Pittsburgh and that they could face the Packers could face their former starting quarterback in Dublin, per reports from Ben Brust. I would prefer two matchups with the Vikings, because I want to see. Here's another thing I want to see. Like, Favre engineered his way to Minnesota. Rodgers would end up in Minnesota basically by process of elimination, because he didn't have any better options, and neither did the Vikings. Like, we knew Favre wanted to go to Minnesota from the minute he reported to training camp, and even before that in 2008. So he was conniving his way there. I don't think that's what Rodgers did, but I think it'll be viewed as just as unforgivable as it was viewed by Packers fans, until, of course, they forgave Favre, because a segment of the fan base, and you guys can do whatever you want. I wouldn't be this way personally, but that guy can do literally anything he wants, and you will forgive him. You're fine with him. You don't mind the alleged money theft from poor people. Like, you don't mind any of that stuff, and that's fine if that's how you feel about him. But are you going to feel the same way about Rodgers, both when he goes there and then someday when he goes into the Packers Hall of Fame, or do the things that he says irritate you so much that you don't like him even more than you don't like Favre? That's what I want to know, and that's what I want to see happen, so we can get a measurement on that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I absolutely dislike Brett Favre. I dislike Aaron Rodgers as well, but I dislike Favre a lot more than I dislike Aaron Rodgers. But that also is probably because most of my childhood, I remember watching Aaron Rodgers versus watching Brett Favre. So, to me, I
appreciate that childhood reference there, since I covered both of them.
Way to make you feel old. But no, I mean, for me, I'm on the same page. Like, I'm rooting for the storyline of it. I'm rooting for the competition. I know, Jason, you land on the same thing as I do about Caleb Williams. Like, you want Caleb Williams to be good. You've said it so many times, and I kind of feel the same way, because I'm excited for that competition within the NFC North, as long as Jordan Love continues to be good and then hopefully great one day. Like, I want to see that competition. I want to see the Packers have, like, even more competition with the Minnesota Vikings with Aaron Rodgers. I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. So I'm on the same page.
Yeah, the only reason I don't want Caleb Williams to be good is because it'll bring happiness to Jim, and I don't know how Jim's going to handle happiness.
I don't know. I'm bracing myself. I'll have to research how to do it.
As long as he stinks against the Packers, then I'll be happy, I guess.
Too late.
Yeah.
You have lots of happiness in your life, Jim. It's not just not football.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah, football happiness is very rare. Yes. I get little glimpses, like Matt Nagy's first year when the Bears spent a ton of money, and then it goes away.
You get off-season happiness.
Yeah, offseason thing. We did what the Chiefs couldn't do. 3 straight offseason titles for Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Number 1.
That's pretty
Hang
awesome.
the banner. Hang the banner.
Cooper Kupp goes to Seattle.
Yeah.
I guess, Jason, I had thought, based off the way that we all understand Goody and the way you've described his, I don't know, what he likes in free agents, Cooper Kupp just never felt like a real possibility to the Packers. Did you think that was going to happen?
No, I didn't. I mean, he's like Jair Alexander without the question marks about his behavior, right? Or his commitment, right? I mean, he's missed a ton of time, probably. In fact, if you don't count 2021 and you just do 22, 23, 24, I think it's possible that Jair played more. So it made no sense to me. He's 31 years old. This where he has landed makes perfect sense to me. He costs half as much as DK Metcalf, right? $30 million a year for DK Metcalf, $15 million a year for Cooper Kupp. But again, this is why Goody doesn't like guys of that age, is because their bodies start to break down. And Gabe and I had what I thought was a really, interesting conversation. We got a ton of feedback from our fans about the whole 30-something concept and the idea of you don't have to have a lot of them, but you can have a couple of them and still be a really young team. And the Packers in 2025 are going to be a young and yet experienced team. But then another guy today, and again, I'm not surprised by this at all. I had somebody, coming after me saying this guy has no talent, and this person clearly didn't watch some of the things that he did the last years. I like Eric Wilson. I think he's exactly the type of player that you want on your special teams and backing up all three linebacker spots. Like a guy who's played in the league for 8 or 9 years. He's 30 years old. He's turning 31 later this season. And he's a guy that knows he's a professional. I mean, again, we joke about his body beautiful nickname that Rich Bisaccia gave him. But LaFleur made the point that matters there, which is you can't look like he looks like. I mean, he looks like he was carved out of granite. And you don't look that way without discipline. And those types of guys, having them on your team, those do have value. And as soon as they gave the 2-year deal to Isaiah McDuffie, I assumed that Eric Wilson would not be back. But he, typifies the kind of guy. I'm not saying you have to have a bunch of 30-somethings as your starters. That's not, in today's NFL, a smart recipe. But I think it's worth having some of those guys, and I think he's that type of guy. I think Devontae would have been that type of guy. Those guys have value. And both those guys I just mentioned, unlike Cooper Kupp, unlike Jair Alexander, very durable. Play hurt, play effectively hurt, don't miss time.
Are there any moves that you foresee the Packers making anytime soon? I say that so helplessly, but I feel like it.
Desperate sound in your voice.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, the Packers with a stick. Do something.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's try to make sure that we have a hotkey of I am.
Hey Jim, let's not forget they were top 10 in money spent in free agency already this season. They're like number 4, I think.
Yeah. And they paid a lot of it to a guard that has never been to a Pro Bowl. Look, I don't think you should get your hopes up, Molly, but I would say this. If he wasn't interested in Kupp, if he wasn't interested in Devontae, I think it's probably unlikely that he's interested in Trey Hendrickson, especially because of the double whammy of giving up a draft pick and giving up money. But I still say that is the one area that I thought for sure they would address. But they weren't going to chase the problem and throw good money after bad. And they've got guys that they're paying a lot that they're not getting enough production out of. But I didn't see them, paying Josh Sweat or some of these other guys that are available. But I think Trey Hendrickson is exactly what their front four needs. I think he would be great for LVN. I think he would draw enough attention that we would see Rashawn Gary be more productive. But again, the opportunity cost required to bring him aboard, that does not feel like a Goody move to me.
Jason, awesome insight. We appreciate you taking the time away from gymnastics to chat with us.
Did Hamilton talk at all that segment?
He tried to. We did jump in. That's not on him.
So it's all right.
Sorry.
Matt, you
you.
get no respect, brother. Yeah, text me.
I'll text you, bud.
All right. Thank you,
guys,
Jason.
Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about her.
About rivals.
We are not rivals. Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Being a Pella consultant means helping people build their dreams.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
We are with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Our Pella team simplifies the process, taking time to listen and find the right solution for you. And right now, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2025.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Phish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now is the time to turn to Kohler Service. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no payment financing until 2026. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The madness is right around the corner, and that means the time for proving your hoops knowledge is too. It's the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge, presented by Cousin Subs. Fill out a bracket, earn the most points at the end of the tourney, and get a $1,000 gift card to Cousin Subs. One winning bracket, $1,000 to Cousin Subs. When the teams are all selected, you can fill out your bracket on ESPN.com or the ESPN Tournament Challenge app. It's the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge, presented by Cousin Subs. They believe in better.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
They dance above me as I sing. I see them through a crystal haze and hear their sweet sound bouncing round the never-ending.
Tune in to Here District with Marcus Johnson, a weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. This week, NBA reporter Chris Haynes joins Marcus and Chris to discuss his new behind the scenes podcast series, The Damian Lillard Story, presented by Gallagher. Stay on beat of the Bucks and find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts. Jim, Matt, and Molly, we are presented by Coors Light, an abbreviated pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, and like Jim Rutledge said, we got to go abbreviated here because the polls are closing soon here on ESPN Madison and at Jim, Matt, and Molly. Because, guys, we asked one poll question today, one signing unlimited poll question. That was, will the Badgers win the Big Ten tournament? 42% of respondents saying Bucky by a billion. We got the Big Ten tourney. 58% saying not this year. Guys, final thoughts about the Badgers going into the weekend. Jim?
I do not think they win the tournament. That's my thought. Maybe they get to the championship game, but I don't think they win the tournament. Too many games to be played against too many good teams. I feel like at some point they run out of gas.
Molly?
I do not. I think they lose to Michigan State. I think it's really hard to put 2 games back-to-back that you have to be almost perfect to win.
Matt?
I think they're going to be able to pull it off. I think they're going to beat Michigan State, and I think that kind of momentum's going to carry into the final, and they'll beat whoever they face there and probably have a nice hot hand going into the madness of March.
Positive Patty.
Matt, give us one last Irish accent.
Oi. Pessimistic Paulie over there. Constantly bringing me down.
Oi, Cornelio.
That's very British. That was a very British sounding Irish word.
Yours was worse, right? You're the worst one of the day.
Fair.
This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. Listen back, Wisconsin on Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places. Enjoy your weekend.
See ya.
Ready to live the high life at home? Miller High Life is giving one lucky winner the ultimate backyard dive bar experience. It's a cabana complete with classic bar vibes, neon lights, and of course, plenty of high life. To enter, just order a Miller